We're basically just gonna play and talk, and I'm gonna try and pick your brain a little bit, just ask you some questions. It's not gonna be anything ultra formal or anything like that.
For sure, for sure.
If you want to swear, you're allowed to swear. You know, if you want to put down a character because you hate Luigi and you hate his face, and that's also totally fine. You know.
I'll tell you straight up, you won't find me hating a character. I'll just point that out right away.
Alrighty. So yeah, we're gonna just play and talk, and yeah, from what I know about you, I know that Mage is working on some stuff with you now, and I know that you are primarily a Ike player. Is that still the case,
Correct.
or are you trying to transition over to a Joker? Like,
So,
yeah.
you
Go ahead.
So initially with the whole Joker thing, like in the beginning, like since he came out, I wanted to play around with it because I love Persona 5 a lot. So I wanted to play around with him, and I was like doing really well with him, like winning like a couple small locals. But at the time, I just wanted to focus on my Ike to like not only prepare myself better as a player, and then like maybe consider him down the line. I've always played around with the idea, but it's just a matter of like what were my goals, and was still following it. And for me, I'm still committed to becoming one of the best players of all time.
Absolutely.
So what came to my decision to finalize like this is a serious character I'm gonna be practicing with, a character that's completely different from Ike. Like, it's for real. It was from a good friend of mine who was my first coach. You may know this guy. He goes by the name of Zeke.
Yes, I do know of Zeke.
He's the big reason like why I improved so much as a player, and like a big reason why I started with the Joker serious grind. And since then, like, it's actually been 1 year since I came to the decision and actually potentially just use him as the main.
Nice.
And right now, as of right now, I'm still a bit of co-main status, but like when offline is primarily returned, it's gonna be mostly Joker.
Nice. Because I was gonna say I had a session earlier with Yez and with Solo Jones, and they say that you're one of the best Ikes. Would you say that you're still one of the best Ikes? I'm assuming yes. Like it's not something you're gonna just lose, but
I would be like what's the word? Discrediting myself.
That's what I like to hear.
If that
Bro.
makes
I was
sense.
gonna say
Yeah.
I want you to be like, yeah, you goddamn right, I'm the best. Let's go. Oh, not like this. Oh, you hate to see it. Oh, he's the best.
but-
Also, him dies at 1%. No, it's all good, bro. Yeah. I was gonna ask you too, like, as far as competing goes, did you compete? I guess how long have you been competing for? I'm assuming you were in Smash 4 for the most part.
Yes. Yeah, I've been around since Smash 4. I competed in 2015. And here's some like a fun fact not many people know about me. Smash 4 was not my first competitive game. My first competitive game was actually Melee.
Okay. Yeah, I was gonna say.
And funny enough, the character I made in that game is the character you're playing.
Oh, really? Hell yeah,
Yes.
let's go.
The bird, baby.
It was all planned.
Calculated, as we call it.
Oh, I think I just killed myself. Yep, definitely now.
Yep, to ensure.
And yeah, I guess another thing for me to ask you too is, with regards to content creation, where do you feel like you're like, I say you're definitely more of a competitive player than a content creator,
Yes.
but are you
Yes.
someone who's definitely still grinding that as well, like as far as a YouTube channel? Like I know you're streaming, you have your Twitter, stuff like that. Is that something that you're working on as well?
Twitch is like something like it's the easiest for me to not only do, but also like have a reliability on my schedule because I'm actually a busy person IRL. So like doing like YouTube content is like a bit of commitment for me to do on my own. So if I were to do it, eventually I may need to think of a long-term plan for my own, like if I were to do a YouTube channel. But I plan to just still stream at the very minimum and just have a blast with it.
Absolutely. Oh, not like this.
I can't confirm that.
Oh, I'm just throwing, bro. It's all good.
Oh, fuck shit.
It's been a long day for me, I'll tell you. Oh, not like this. Not to nail the trick. Okay. Speaking of nail the trick, I was gonna say, besides Mage, did you really know who I was or my channel or anything like that before? I'm assuming he reached out to you about doing like a guide and working together.
So here's the funny part. This is actually the most funniest story ever, and you would not expect it. I randomly came to Major's Twitch chat one time because I looked up his YouTube content a ton, and I was a big fan of his work. He's actually like part of the reason why my Joker's improved quite a bit. It's, like,
Oh yeah,
being able to learn all the content through it. So like he's been a huge resource.
man, he's a monster with Joker, bro. He's
Absolutely.
my main practice partner for Joker as well. And he just knows his stuff. He's really good. His combo game makes me want to die because my combo game's supposed to be ridiculous with Falco, and he's like, actually, no, you got another thing coming, bro.
I can attest to that.
I'm guessing you guys have had a good amount of time to play together, and
we haven't played each other once, but I know
really?
like based on the stuff he's talked about, I'm confident like that's probably what happened with you.
Yep. And yeah, he's a really good guy. Like I've had him as part of my team for a pretty long time, like since Hero came out actually.
Really?
Yeah, so a pretty long time, and he's just one of those guys that's like a ride or die as far as putting out the content. And honestly, he didn't really start out as a YouTuber, right? I kind of helped him with that as far as like teaching him how to use Premiere Pro and Photoshop and all that good stuff, kind of giving him a little bit of a template to follow and say, hey man, like if you know your stuff, like if you have a formula with your content creation, then by all means have at her and make it into a thing, you know? And yeah, I feel like that's my main contribution to the scene, is trying to help as many content creators as possible. Oh, not like this. Am I just dead? Oh, I'm not dead. Unless, please, I have a family, bro. Oh man,
I love pushing edge guard with this character. It's so
he gets
much
wild.
fun.
He gets absolutely wild. But yeah, as I was saying, as far as contribution to the scene with content creation, like I've just tried my best to help out whoever I can, whether it's Ronin X or if it's Mage or Tilde even. I'm trying to think of who else. I'm sure there's a lot of others off the top of my head. I just can't think. There's some other players that even within MOS have gotten them started. Swigs is another one that I said Mage earlier. Coltman, yeah, just getting people set up with their streams, set up with all kinds of stuff. And yeah, I feel like it's a big thing that's missing, in my opinion, with the Smash scene currently, is genuinely real content from smart players, right? There are, actually, I take it back. There are a lot of smart players who do content, but they don't do guides, or they don't do like, here's a breakdown of something very, very specific. And I feel like Smash 4 had that like crazy. They had Beefy Smash Dudes, you had Banana Boy, you had My Smash Corner, you have Gimmer, you know, you have Izaw, you have so much. And then in this one, it's like, I don't want to say it's just me, but it feels like I'm kind of alone in some cases sometimes. There's Banana Boy sometimes too, and then like DK will do some stuff, but like he's more about the streaming life and the competing and stuff too. But yeah,
it's all just still doing his same stuff from Smash 4. I'm still working out,
and he's insanely busy too, right? He's coaching like 5-6 hours a day, 7 days a week. It's insane.
I'm one of them.
There you go, right? It's nutty. I might actually have him on in the future as well. Well, not like this. My dad.
Might as well.
I was gonna ask you too, kind of going back to Falco and Joker. What do you think about this matchup?
I love this matchup because if the moment I throw you off stage, it's a mini game.
Yep. I just die for free.
I just love it so much. Like that's the main reason I love this matchup a lot.
Yeah, Falco
like
just
anytime I get
struggles.
Express going off stage, it's just money.
Oh, if I'm just throwing 100%, I'm getting a little too wild. I'm like, maybe I can get a nair out here. Oh, please don't. I have a family, bro. I think I could have punished that.
Maybe. There's always a thing that's mad. You just never know.
Oh, especially online too. It's literally a meme.
Yeah.
Might be dead. Nope, he's not dead.
Barely.
Not the up tilt.
I thought you were gonna mash.
I never mash, bro. I'm playing Falco. No what happens if you mash as Falco? You die. Everything he has is unsafe on shield. Oh man.
Fair enough. But I've seen too many Falcons land with theirs.
Yeah, that's true. Please don't. I'll be over here. I'll smash you won't. I'll be over here. I'm dead. I'm not dead? Huh? Okay. Yeah, I'm dead. I am dead. For real.
Reactions, baby.
You hate to see it. Or I hate to see it, I should say.
Fair enough.
I guess another question for you with regards to competing is if this were to be your big standing ovation, big chance to give an award speech for the players that you've beaten, who are the top of the list for you as far as names you've taken?
In terms of offline, the biggest names I've taken is Ned, who's number 1 in my region, and Bestness,
Nice.
who's currently a Sen. Wi-Fi list, it's like you could probably name many of them, and it's on there. But like the biggest, like, I want to say like a breakout like sets, but for me winning, but it's like a good showing of what I could really do at a top level. It was me versus Tweak at Frostbite.
Nice.
Okay. Like there was a chance in an alternate reality I would have been up 2-0 on him.
Okay. And that's, I was gonna say too, like, kind of for anybody in the chat that's trying to get into the competitive scene, and whether they're at mid-level trying to get to high level or high level trying to get to top level, would you say you'd have any words of wisdom to deal with maybe the nerves that come along with facing a top player when you might be on the cusp of becoming a top player? Like when you think to yourself, okay, this person has some top player privilege, some plot armor, I feel like I'm supposed to lose. Like a lot of people have that mentality, whether or not you have that personally, and you really shouldn't have it. Anybody can lose to anybody, right? And anybody can beat anybody. But what would you say to somebody who's like, oh, last time I fought, I don't know, a Zach Ray or a DeBuzz or something, I just forgot how to play the game. Like, how do you feel like you got past them like that and transition yourself to assert yourself and say, you know what, I can be a top player too. It's not all about you guys all the time, you know?
For me, it's that the first key step is that ignore the, what you would call it, idolization of any of your favorite players, because that will be the detriment of like trying to win a bit important sets. And also, just don't be just treat them as a normal person. At the end of the day, they're still a human being. So it's like, or even like we take it one step further and just be like, this is just another Mario, this is just another Falco, this is another Joker, like etc. Like it applies to anyone.
Okay.
So
yeah,
like as long as you have that and treat it as like a normal, like at that point you shouldn't be worried about like X factor or whatsoever.
I tried to detect that. I'm sad. Yeah, I was gonna say I feel like that's one of those things too. Like top player privilege is most definitely a thing where you just overly fear someone's ability with the character, where it's like, oh, if I mess up once, I'm gonna get 0 to death and put on Yeet Smash. It's gonna be the end of my entire career. So I'm just gonna never do anything and let them like recover for free and get out of the corner for free and land for free and do all these things. Because the last thing I want to do is get styled on, right?
Yeah. And just be open to it. Like you may get styled on, but the important thing is just to get your head back in the game and just play the video game. Oh, okay, that was cute.
So that's the thing with Falco's walk. He's all about style and sauce at all times, even though it's not necessary. So that 360 was me just walking.
Makes sense.
I had to be extra fancy. And I was gonna say too, this is almost like one of those things it's indirectly happening just from doing like not necessarily like an interview. Well, I'm just going all in. I don't care about anything.
I didn't think you would go for the second there.
I'm playing Falco, bro. I have to. But what I was gonna say is like getting a chance to have a little bit of a human aspect with the players that you're playing against. Like, so let's say someone knows you as a really good player and that's it, and they never heard your voice, they don't know if you have a sense of humor, they don't know anything about you, right? So when let's say they fight you for the first time in tournament, you're all business, which you should be because you're trying to win, obviously, but they're overly scared because they just think that you're scary for whatever reason, or if it's Yez or if it's MK Leo or whatever. It's like, I'm gonna say like 99% of people in the scene are nice people, right? We have some people that are toxic. Like I'm not gonna say, oh, everyone's perfect. That's definitely a lie, right? But there's a very strong or a very high amount of people that are very nice, right? And if you give them that human quality, it can at least relax you. It doesn't mean you're gonna like automatically win. It's like, oh, this guy's nice, therefore I'm gonna just win. It's like, no, this guy's nice, and you guys can have a handshake at the end of it and still be friends and whatever. And it's like, and you can play relax, you know, or like not out of your mind, terrified, where it's like, oh my god, I'm literally sitting right beside MKLeo, and like this is like it can be like I guess you could be slightly starstruck if someone you really look up to in that regard. But as far as saying like I'm just gonna make all these huge mistakes because it's just so nerve-wracking, it's like, well, they want you to do well too. No one, like, for the most part, at higher levels of play, people want to win for real, right? If they get a cheesy win, they'll take it. Like, don't get me wrong, but they don't want to be like, okay, this guy SD'd 3 times in 2 different games, and I barely did anything, and they just got their shield broken or air dodged off stage at like 12 and all this dumb stuff. It's like, okay, you're not like you're just playing out of your mind, scared more so than anything. But yeah, at the end of the day, it's like player's still a player, you know, or like still a human.
Yeah. Like, whenever I had someone, like, they'd be, like, nervous for me, I just try to make it as still welcoming as possible.
Yeah.
Like, even something as small as, like, having, like, a normal conversation goes a long way.
Exactly. I never died in my life. Oh, what's going on? He's actually
Too much
wild.
tether canceling nonsense.
Oh, man. No, you.
You have the up till everything.
Of course. Wait.
No way.
Clip it. Clip it.
Yeah.
Clip it. We're not done. Oh, we're not done. Okay,
Not done yet.
We're done. I'm gonna roll in like a scrub and F smash. Okay, please.
No. Damn. No fair ones today.
I was gonna say you like to go full hop into Nair out of shield a lot, and that's something that Mage does a lot too, and it does work because the Nair is just a tiny bit like it's not slow, but it's not fast. It's just it has enough of a delay where if you do that, if I try and reach up there and hit you with something, you might hurt block shift because you kind of turn sideways, or like you flip onto the Z-axis in the on the screen. It's like, oh, okay, my up tilt just completely missed. And it's like, all right, now this is happening. Oh, hold on. What's going on? Am I just dead?
Oh, they did.
Let me just try not to get. Actually, I'm winning right now, so let me not get restocked here.
By a tiny margin.
You say that until this happens. Oh, I take it back. No, Arsene's here. I'll just die. Yeah, there it is. I couldn't get off the flipping platform, bro. Oh, man. That's one of those things, too, for me, as far as playing in this matchup. I play against Mage so much that I'm not even really scared of Arsene anymore. I'm not saying that I shouldn't be, but I don't care. If someone has Arsene, it's like, I'll just fight them. You know?
Yeah, makes sense. You gotta, like, the best way IMO to beat Arsene is just have a good balance between aggression and being defensive when needed.
Yeah, you definitely don't want to be insanely aggressive because you can get reversed pretty hard. Like, his frame data doesn't change. Like, back air is still frame 7 out of shield. So if you're doing stupid shit behind him, he will destroy you. Right? Yep. So you still gotta be careful.
And if you change your rhythm, which I think is the most important part, that's how you can keep Arsene in check so often.
I was gonna ask you, as far as Joker goes, do you have a signature favorite combo of yours, or something that it's like, if I can pull this off in a match, then I'm happy, or I feel like I've styled on somebody? Like, what's your favorite thing to do?
I think you may have seen this a couple times, but we play right now. Is tether cancel into back air.
Oh, hell yeah. I was gonna say, you commented like, that more than enough times already. Thank you.
Like, I don't know if you've seen Mage like do it way more than I do, but like I love it so much. And I think it's like I was playing against a Byleth on Friday, and I literally just beat him by getting him off stage once, and then just do tether cancel back airs over and over and over again.
Oof, not like this. It's gonna side beat like the scrub. Why'd I do that so low? Oh,
I messed. Okay, I accidentally messed all at the end.
I'm throwing for content, bro. Oh man, not like this. Yeah, that's just death.
Yep.
Good catch. You just did it.
Tiny opening is all Joker needs.
I feel like that's where a lot of players that are trying to pick him up really struggle, because they want to play him rush down because he's fast. That's just not what it is. It's not how you play him. No. You gotta get your grabs. You gotta be patient. You gotta get your landing nairs. You gotta get your combo game going, and then push advantage with your guns. Get your Arsene, and just make it a nightmare for your opponent to make a comeback. Because they have to fight you while you're basically Super Saiyan 5. You know?
Yeah.
If you just run in and get crazy, he doesn't have the safety on shield to do that.
Nah. Like, at most, it's like a a well-spaced bear or a nair that like he could do with, but again, he has to be close. It's not like Ike where it could just keep spacing nair, and it's like it's pretty hard for a lot of characters to punish it. Whereas Joker, I had to be extra close. Da, da, da.
No, not the low profile. He's cheating. Got his ass. Yo, I'm the greatest.
I'm a little too hectic with it.
Oh man.
And I guess like on like a part of like mentality where I mentioned earlier, it's like I don't really hate any matchup, and that's pretty much true. Like, the only thing I don't like is just playing against certain players of any character. So if I know a player is competent with this character, I'm more scared of that player than 1,000 of extra characters. Like, you throw me any Min that's not the Buzz, I'd be like, heck yeah, I like playing that. Throw me the Buzz Min, I'm like, oh no.
So I guess in that situation, it's not so much, what's the word? It's not so much that you are annoyed by the matchup, more so than the fact that you have to respect the matchup.
Yes.
I guess that can also be annoying too, because like if someone's playing as like, let's say Game & Watch or Luigi or Zelda, if they don't really know how to use their gimmicky stuff very well, then it's not really a big deal. But if they do, it's like all of a sudden I have to camp or I have to run, like especially against Luigi. I didn't do that. I'm supposed to be up B.
I definitely don't mind like being patient, because that's generally like, especially when I'm playing as like I'm always play patient first before going on the aggression. Like that. Like if we were to compare like something like with me and Yez, like that's like the biggest difference. Like Yez is more willing to play more aggressive than I will, whereas me, like I'm willing to play more patient long term in a lot of matchups.
I feel like that's really the strategy, honestly. Like it's more exciting to play crazy, but if you play crazy or aggressive, I guess you could say, if you're wrong, then you just lose.
Yeah.
Every time you play aggressive, it's a risk that you're taking that you might be wrong on your option, or your spacing might be bad, right?
And I value consistency over anything else. Like if aggression is the better consistency, I will be consistently aggressive. If consistent defensive is the strategy, I will be consistently defensive.
Bro, I'm still alive. Oops. Do all that.
And I've also played this matchup quite a bit. You might know this Falco player, but you know the player named Eclipse?
Yep. I've actually done a video with him.
He's really good.
A long time ago.
Nice.
He's from Chicago, right?
Yeah, he's the same region as I am.
Oh, not like this. I think I just died. I almost died.
We both almost died.
Oh, we'll see you back here. I'm sad.
I'm fine. Never mind.
Oh, man. It's all good.
Great. I'm enjoying this so much.
Yeah, man. I was going to say, that's one of the things that I really, really do want to do as well, is just get to know the players in the community more. Like, for me, I don't really know if you know much of my story as far as how I even got into the scene at all, but I don't have that legacy as far as, oh, I've been around since the Brawl days, or, oh, I've traveled to Japan, or I've been all over the States and competed in tons of majors and stuff like that. I kind of just came out of nowhere, honestly. I came out of nowhere and I started doing content, and I wouldn't say it's like I started telling people what to do or anything like that. I just started on day one and I just figured things out, and I was like, oh, this might be interesting, or this might be useful, so I'm just gonna do this, right, and turn it into a video. I did that over and over again, and next thing you know, I kind of got the hang of it, and people really liked my style of content, and they really started to rally behind, I guess, me as a player, but more so a content creator. I don't really consider myself to be like super competitive with this game. Like, I do coach and I do understand the competitive side of things, but actually I take that back a little bit. Before the pandemic and stuff, and before my channel got out of control as far as trying to manage the content creation, I did compete 3 days a week. I used to compete quite a bit at the very beginning, but then eventually the channel got to be so big, and it's like, okay, I kind of got to dedicate more time to this, because this is turning into a real thing, you know? Oh, not like this. He's cheating.
Yeah.
I got cardboarded.
That's a funny name.
Oh, he tried to do it to me twice. Okay. Not bad.
Hey man, if the opportunity arises, I take it.
Of course, don't. We're both playing Falco, basically. Or Captain Falcon. Oh, okay. He's cheating. The triple down tilt? What's going on?
Yeah, bro.
Sometimes you gotta do it. That was supposed to be an up smash. I'm sad. Okay, I'm gonna hit him with the trick shot. Here it comes. Never mind. I just did nothing. I just died. Oh man, that's crazy.
Anyways.
Yeah, he's cheating. It's fine. I'm just throwing those first 2 stocks for dramatic effect. Barely trying.
And now he will try.
Yeah, as I proceed to get 0 to death. Unless... I got a footstool. I want to be cool. No Arsene. Yes! I honestly, I still could have died right there if that hit me. I was not ready to take that at all.
Mm-hmm. Would it be funny if I hit you with a cardboard DI the 3rd time in a row?
I'd be sad. Oh, hell yeah. Let's go. All of a sudden, I told you, I wasn't even trying at the start, bro. I wasn't even trying. Oh, man. I'm just dead? No, I never die. No dash attack? Okay. Now I'm dead? Oh, no. Oh, no. Oh, alright. I'll see you.
Hope you're proud of that one, Mage.
Oh, God. Alright, that's the end of the stream. I'll see you. I'll see you later. Oh, my God.